Only few people know how to have mandates in the prophetic, and many have revelation, but few have directions. Many can prophesy, but not all can build something that lasts forever. So we see that there are many gifted and anointed prophets, but not a lot of them are able to walk in the prophetic ministry like the way it's supposed to be walked on. And you see, the plan of God and the purpose of God over the prophetic is for you to start and build something that can last. You should understand that you don't build the prophetic ministry with ambition. You don't start it with emotions. You don't just get up because you have the ambition to start a ministry and you start it. That is why it is risky when you get born again and all of a sudden you are jumping into ministry, because actually you don't know what you are doing. Many people who got born again and jumped directly into ministry, the ministry did not last, because at that stage emotions and excitement is controlling you. So you must take your time and hear the audible voice of God, even if it is not audible. But you must make sure that the voice you are hearing is of God, is from God, and then you are not being misled. You see, some people also have zeal, and some people say, because I can prophesy, then I should start a ministry. Sir, the fact that you can prophesy does not mean you should start a prophetic ministry. You can prophesy, and God has not yet endorsed you to start a ministry or a prophetic ministry. This is the error, and this is what kills a lot of young prophets very early. If you are doing an assignment God have not asked you to do, it will stress you. It is that thing that will give you cardiac arrest. You know why? There is no endorsement from heaven over what you are doing. God have not asked you to do it. You are doing it on yourself. Sir, the fact that you can prophesy does not guarantee the success of your ministry. The fact that you have the gift of word of knowledge does not mean you must start a ministry and people should submit under you and listen to you. No, this is not how it happens. A prophetic ministry is born out of a mandate, a burden, a voice, an encounter, or a spiritual assignment. So when God is asking you to start a prophetic ministry, which means He has given you a mandate, and beyond the mandate there is a burden, and after the burden there is a voice, and beyond the voice there was an encounter, and then there's also a spiritual assignment which God wants you to fulfill in life. These are some of the things that should in fact put you in a position to start a prophetic ministry. My eyes are open, I can see. Does not guarantee the success of my ministry. You can prophesy, does not mean you must what? Start a ministry. You can hear, does not mean you must start a ministry. No, before you can go ahead and start a ministry, you must have a mandate. Jeremiah 1 verses 5. The Lord told Jeremiah, before I formed thee, I ordained thee. Before I formed thee, I ordained thee. You were born a prophecy before you became a prophet. In other words, your mandate answers to who you were sent to. So before you start a ministry or a prophetic ministry, you must know who you are sent to, what burden you must lift, because it's not every prophet that carries the same burden, and it's not every prophet that carries the same assignment. Our assignments are different. So if we don't understand who we are sent to and then what burden we must lift, we are going to miss it. The mandate is very important, because you were born a prophecy before you became a prophet. You were not just created to fit into any other person. You were created to stand out, to be different, and then to be exceptional. So the mandate will teach you what type of darkness you must confront. The mandate will teach you what problems you must solve. The mandate will teach you what message you must carry. The mandate answer to this thing. If you don't know your mandate, you will copy others. If you don't know your mandate, you will struggle for direction. If you don't know your mandate, you will catch trends. If you don't know your mandate, you will be tossed up and down by politicians. If you don't know your mandate, you will become Balaam. If you don't know your mandate, you will be hired to prophesy. If you don't know your mandate, you will be controlled by Jezebel. If you don't know your mandate, you will serve tables. If you don't know your mandate, you have no voice. Every prophet is created with a voice, and every prophet is born with a voice. It is your mandate that gives you a voice. Who you are called to, what message you are called to deliver, what type of darkness you must confront. That is what we talk about mandate, and this mandate is what makes us outstanding, sir. You must know your mandate to avoid copying others. You must know your mandate. Your mandate will make you exceptional. Those who don't know their mandate always miss their location, and they waste their voice, because that voice was never their voice. You were not called to preach what others are preaching. The fact that someone did it and succeeded does not mean if you also do it, you will succeed. Okay, someone have prophesied something and then became popular. You try it, it will destroy you, because your motives and your intention is what God will judge before He opens some doors for you. So you must know your mandate. If not, you will fight unnecessary battles that were never never your battles. Because if you copy others, you attract their wars and you attract their battles. You will build what heaven didn't approve because you are busy prophesying something. Meanwhile, God did not speak. God has not even asked you to do that. You see, the mandate is not what you choose. The mandate is what chooses you. I don't know if you are listening to me. You don't choose your mandate. It is your mandate that chooses you. So there's no prophet that can choose the type of people he's called to, the message he's called to preach. It is the mandate that chooses you. You don't give your mandate a voice. It is your mandate that gives you a voice. You don't make your mandate popular. It is your mandate that makes you popular. It is your mandate that gives you visibility. So until you know your mandate, accept it, and know how to work with it, then sir, forget it. No matter how hard you try, you will still not succeed. And you are not succeeding because you have not chosen the mandate.